Hey guys, Scott Pilgrim with maybe here. Welcome back to my anime reviews. Basically every week I'll try to watch an anime and then rewatch it again and review with you guys. It'll be a new anime, an old anime, or a new season of an anime that I've already reviewed. And like I've said before, I will probably not be reviewing animes like Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Fairy Tail because they are way too far in the story for me to ever catch up, and I just ain't in the mood. One night while rendering more Harvest Mooncraft, I was searching through Netflix to find this. I always saw it at the mall, and in the Best Buys and AMVs, but I never thought about giving it a chance. I already had read the manga, but I decided to watch it and review it since it's kind of Halloween-y, you know, it's kind of spooky. You know, this week's anime is Deadman Wonderland, where those who are evil go to live until they die. Where I'll be reviewing the English dub because I didn't want to watch the subs. Don't complain, this is my show. Like usual, I will only be explaining the most important parts of this anime, like the character, story, settings, relationships, voice acting, animations, music, and the genre. Let's always start with the genre. This genre is supernatural, drama, action, but downright freaking somewhat horror. This anime isn't really those who can't handle blood, as it's the main focus of the story. Now for the setting, it is the fucking title of the anime. Deadman Wonderland is a prison used for entertainment. People who are sentenced there are poisoned by their collars and must eat a special candy at least once a week, or else they will die, and because the candy has some of the antidote, but won't fully cure them. To even get candy, people must participate in challenges that can kill you, so you can win points to use on everyday things like food and candy to save your life. You can even buy out your own sentence. But there are some people who can't buy it out, as if they have the special ability known as Branch of Sin. These special events and such that people can watch are all watched by people like Deadman Wonderland is a fucking wonderland. It's basically a fucking amusement park. And there are different blocks in Deadman Wonderland, as it's divided by that, and there are blocks from A to the Secret G block, where the people who are known as Deadman, who have the ability Branch of Sin, stay. There are people who are forced to fight one another, and whoever wins get candy and points, whereas if you lose a part of your body. The Branch of Sin ability lets these Deadmen control their blood in form different things, like blades, blood fists, whips, or even shoot out their blood like projectiles. But their blood isn't infinite, as they use their own blood as fuel. They can end up with anemia while fighting. Now let's get to the characters. I will only name 2 for my sanity and yours, even though there are many more characters I should be fucking naming, but fuck that noise. First is Gante Igarashi. He is a teenager who was forced into Deadman Wonderland after his whole class was murdered, and he was the only one who survived. With the authorities thinking he did it, they threw him in, and he's a very gentle boy. He doesn't like fighting, but will fight for what he believes in, and won't go down without fighting back. And lastly is Shiro. I have no clue what her last name is. Just Shiro, I guess. She is a happy-go-lucky girl who apparently knows Gata from a long time ago, which he doesn't even remember. No one knows who she really is, or why she is in Deadman Wonderland at all, so nothing is really known about her. Now for the story. Ganta, living his normal life, goes to school like normal, talks with his friends about the trip to Deadman Wonderland that they were supposed to be going to, and everything seems normal until a gust of wind enters the classroom window and enters a masked man dressed in red, and he uses his blood to kill everyone and knock Ganta out. The moment Ganta wakes up, he sees everyone dead and the red man holding his friends' heads up to him, and the red man leaves. Ganta knocks out and wakes up and is now sentenced guilty for the murder of all his classmates and is sent to Deadman Wonderland. Ganta's new objective is to survive, get out, prove he's innocent, and get revenge on the red man who killed his friends and framed him. Now note that for the story, it doesn't fully follow the manga. I know it kind of annoys me too. I talked about it later. But it does follow it for a good bit, but it kind of branches off, not fully following, you know what I mean. Now for the animations. These animations are bad, not super good, but they weren't bad. The blood animations and such were great, but nothing else stood out to me. Now for the voice acting. These voices fit the people they played very well. I was extremely surprised at how well they fit, but the problem is that they weren't super memorable. I know the voices, a few of them I know from different animes, but I won't be thinking of them playing anyone in this anime. I'll be thinking of them in the other animes. Now for the music. Music was meh. I liked the opening, but not the ending, and I had no shit to give about the fucking background music. Now for the rating part of these reviews is rating. I'll split them into 5 different categories: the voice acting, animation, story, characters, and overall enjoyability. And we're obviously going to start with the voice acting. 10 out of 20 great voices that fit the characters, but none were super memorable. I know them from other animes, and I will remember them from other animes. Animations, 15 out of 20. They were nice, they fit the atmosphere, but I personally found them not dark enough for a kind of anime that's supposed to be really dark. The blood and how everything moved was awesome though. Story, 13 out of 20. I disliked it more than I liked it. Here's the thing, I read the manga, so I'm super biased because it didn't follow the story at all. It doesn't matter to me that much. It's not that it didn't follow it at all, it did follow a bit of it, but a lot of the stuff that they could have put in were cut out. And for people who are wondering, at one point the person who was writing and drawing Deadman Wonderland the manga had an accident, so they could not write, and so the anime, from what I imagine, the anime had to go into a separate route because the person who was drawing it couldn't draw it at the time. And because that they didn't follow the story, it's not that it bothered me at all, but it wasn't super good as the original that they actually continued on. My real problem with the story was that they introduced characters I actually liked and then threw them in the trash. They only showed up once or twice after a few episodes, and it really pissed me off. Characters, 10 out of 20. I like the characters, but not the main ones that I listed, which is kind of sad. Ganta was okay, but I dislike Shiro. Too much of a kid in an environment of death. The side characters are pretty badass though. Enjoyability, 10 out of 20. I liked watching it, yeah, but it was a bit too gory for my liking. Not to mention they forgot about my favorite characters after a few episodes. It wasn't bad, but I had my own gripes with it. Overall score, 58 of 100, 58%. A D, great for this anime. I hope you enjoyed the video. There should be a link to watch it free somewhere else. I'm sure does not have it. Thank you guys for watching. Stop the rest of the D. I'll see you guys next time.